What is up everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to react to a series that I've showed in the past that's called FireStarters by Marketwatch, and this video is called How This Millennial Saved 1 million in 5 years and retired early. Just from the title alone, I believe this is going to be a very inspirational video. I haven't seen the video before, so this is going to be my first reaction, my first time seeing it, but if saving 1 million in 1 year is not impressive enough, just think about the fact that he would have to earn post-tax at least $200,000 while having zero expenses and be able to save everything. On top of that, he might have had some expenses and still was able to save close to an average of $200,000. So let's watch what he did, how he was able to save 1 million in 5 years, and maybe we can learn something from this.
Hi, I'm Grant Sabatier. I'm the creator of Millennial Money and the author of Financial Freedom. When I graduated from college, I bounced around 4 different jobs. I never found the right fit, and so at the age of 24, I was completely broke and had to actually move back home with my parents and kind of start over. And even though my parents wouldn't say that they were worried, I could just see it in their eyes, and that bothered me the most. And so I was like, why am I so stressed about money? Why are my parents still stressed about money? Is there another way?
Oh my god, this is really impressive. At 24 years old, basically like a year younger than I am right now, he was broke, like completely broke. And moving back with the parents, that's gotta be courageous enough. And bear all that worry that his parents had about his situation, that clicked something. I mean, that was something that probably clicked his question of why people have problems with money, why people worry about money, why he was worrying about money, why his parents were worrying about money, and the fact that he set a goal of reaching 1 million as soon as possible, that's something to be learned from. I mean, he 10x'd, he 100x'd, he 1 millionx'd what everything he had at that point and just went straight to the top. Oh my god, did you just see that? He had only $2.26 in August 26, 2010. Holy crap!
So once I'd set my goal to save $1 million, the first thing that I did is I built a skill set that I knew that I could monetize. And so then I just searched on my phone Google mobile ads, and I saw what came up. The first thing was an article from eMarketer, but it projected that jobs running Google campaigns were projected to grow 300%. So I taught myself how to run Google campaigns. The first website I ever built was for $500 for a lawyer in Chicago, and then he actually ended up introducing me to an association of lawyers in Chicago, and I started meeting others, so I started building $5,000 websites. Within 3 months of building a $500 website, I sold my first $50,000 project. So I was off to the races.
That's incredible. Like you have to give him props. He found something that was really in demand, like running mobile Google ads. He built website. He taught himself how to do everything from scratch. He learned everything about marketing, about how to build a website, and he targeted high ticket clients. He targeted lawyers. That was very smart of him. And as you saw in the beginning of the video, he was living in Brooklyn, New York. So the fact that he had the $1 million target probably made him target high-paying clients. And even starting with $500, that's still something if you think about it. Like building a website and then selling it for $500, it's good money. And then going from 500 to 5,000 and then to 50,000, that's just impressive. That's incredible. It's like years of work for a person probably like in my situation compressed in a couple of months. So basically saving like 3 to 4 years of work in just a couple of months. Did you see that? He made 6 figures the first year selling websites. That's amazing. Oh my god, like making over $100,000 in 1 year by just selling websites, that's incredible. Like, that's amazing.
All of my money during my financial independence journey, literally I wouldn't keep more than $2,000 or $3,000 in my checking account. Everything was invested. Index funds, so Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, Amazon stock, and I had Facebook stock and a couple of others. And so I became financially independent shortly after becoming 30. I was completely burnt out even though I had all the money I needed, and I ended up having to, over a year and a half, kind of detox from all those years of working 100-hour weeks and traveling and all the crazy stuff that I did to my body, and completely change and transition out of that phase of my life in order to create some new space for kind of the new me to show up.
He invested everything. He kept only a few dollars in his checking account. Like he said, he kept like $2,000 to $3,000, and everything else was invested. You saw the fact that he bought the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, which is something that I've talked about on this channel previously. He had some Amazon stocks, some Apple stocks, some Facebook stock. Those are some stocks that really blew up in the past couple of years, but he assumed the risk that those stocks might not perform as well as the entire market. And he assumed that risk. He probably did his research and knew the fact that Facebook, Apple, and Amazon would grow and had an incredible business model behind, and that's why he probably invested in those companies. Well, for someone that doesn't want to do the research that he probably did, you could just pick the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund and then just go from there. But it is incredible how in 5 years, even though he was burned out by the end of them, he was done. He could step back at any point and do whatever he wanted to. But the fact that he had the option to do that was just incredible. He made that through his investments. He made that available by saving the money and investing them in order to provide sufficient income to support his situation. So I only have respect for this guy and whatever he did. He hustled like a champion, and now he enjoys the benefits of all that hard work that he put in up front.
So I personally, if I was just one person myself and I was in control of my entire life, I could live on less than $30,000 a year. You know, I'd live somewhere else in the United States on a nice piece of property with a piece of land. But the reality is I'm married and I have a wonderful partner who I love a lot, who wants to live a different type of lifestyle than I want to live in a different city. And so we're two people. And so we've been able to adjust our finances to accomplish that. I think it's important to note also that even though I plan to spend almost $125,000 this year, I don't plan to spend that amount of money for the rest of my life. You know, I set myself up for the next couple of years, and then I pivot. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to go, and I don't let myself get stressed out too far ahead. I just, you know, appropriately hedge for a level that helps me sleep at night. And I think that's the thing about the FIRE movement is a lot of people, and I was like this way, I was so religious about my spreadsheets and about my numbers and everything coming in. Part of me growing as a person has been letting go of some of that, not over-optimizing, not tinkering with everything, you know, spending my time focusing on other things.
It's amazing that he created Millennial Money to teach people about finances, about early retirement, and all those things that he learned in the process. And I have to very much agree with him that it just bought him time. It bought him the options to pivot, to do whatever he wanted to do, to spend more one year, spend less another year. And like I've mentioned before, the whole point of the FIRE thing is not to just sit on the couch like a potato and do nothing. The point of it, at least in my opinion, is to have the options to pivot whenever you want to have the options to spend more time with your loved ones, to have more time to travel, to see the world now that you are young and you are full of energy, and those memories are much more vibrant than when you are probably like 50, 60 years old. And to be able to help those around you and dedicate your time to something that brings you joy and that makes you energized and happy every single day. It gives you the option to pivot to something that you enjoy and you love, and that might not bring in any income for a period of time, or that might actually bring altogether less than you would make at the job that you would hate. But now you have the option because you don't worry about the finances and you don't worry about the money anymore.
Financial independence, the $1 million, chasing all this stuff, none of the freedom matters if you don't take advantage of it. Life is a beach and money is freedom. I was like,
Money's freedom is one I remember saying to him the most, and I think it is freedom. There are people that I know that have to work really hard at my age, and that's something I chose not to do because I saw my family do it. My mother's 82, she still waits tables.
And so if you have 6 months of expenses saved, you have freedom in your life. If you have 2 years of expenses, you have freedom in your life. And for me, I was so blind that I just had to get to the goal. I didn't realize that so much of what I was craving I already had. And so that's why part of financial freedom, that's why I called it that, is this idea is that you already have so much more freedom than you realize. And you're going to be acquiring more of it as you make more money in your life. And so you don't have to get to this point that I'm at to live a rich life. You know, you can do that now, today. Don't waste time.
That was an amazing ending, and I 100% agree with what he said. The fact that you have saved up, if you had saved up 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years worth of expenses, you already have a lot of freedom that other people don't have. You can take advantage of that freedom if you want to. I 100% agree that you do not have to have $1 million in order to be able to benefit from the freedom that financial education and financial stability gives you. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it inspirational. For me, it was really good. I mean, it shows that you can achieve financial independence so much faster if you just set the goal and you develop the skills you need in order to reach that goal. You develop the skills you need to earn the money that you need to invest in order to achieve your financial independence, to have more freedom and to enjoy life. A key thing that I want you to leave this video with, which you probably got already, but I just want to make sure, is the fact that his skill set took him from $2.26 to $1 million. Without a skill set, the most important part of the entire journey, he would have not been able to do everything that he already did. So it's one thing to keep in mind and to search, develop, and improve. The skills that you have are the most important tool in your toolbox to achieve anything you want in life. Thank you so much again. Smash the like button to help with the YouTube lords to give this video some blessing and be spread to more people. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day. Peace.